Well, hello and a very good afternoon, good morning, welcome back to Crafters TV indeed. Welcome for the first time if you are just joining us this Sunday. I don't blame you if you had a little bit of a line earlier on and miscolour me happy. It's Sunday after all. My name's Ben Moseby and we're celebrating because it is the first day of spring. Woohoo! Lovely weather actually outside here in County Durham. It's a balmy, about 8 degrees out there at the minute, but the sun is shining, so we'll take that. And of course, with it being springtime, we're celebrating on the website right now. If you haven't yet had a look, make sure you do today. It is the first day of our spring sale. Via our website, check out the deals, 50% off, 60% up to 70% off, an amazing range of goodies. So do have a look, pick up some bargains and get shopping today. Also, of course, this show is our award-winning craft along. Oh yes, this show's won an award, don't you know, where basically we give you the opportunity to craft along with us. So we do it all in real time for you. It's not one of those shows where we go, oh, I'll just do this bit, and here's something I made earlier, no bits are skipped out, so it's a show that you can sit back, relax, craft along with us. If you've got all of the goodies, so we're going to be concentrating on the Easter box today. If you've already got that, in just a few minutes' time, we'll tell you everything that you need to be able to take part in this craft along. If, however, you haven't yet got this collection and you want to grab it, the great news is the craft along will be there for you on our Facebook page, on our YouTube page, forever and ever and ever, so you can pick up the deal today and then craft along at a later date. We've got two guests on the show who I'll introduce you to in just a few moments' time. However, it is not little old me leading the craft along. Can you imagine? It is a lady who is actually doing her first craft along today, so very exciting. It's the lovely Corrine Robinson. First craft along, are you excited?
I know my first craft along. So I've done a lot of looking around, what could we make, what could we do? So I've settled on a Tricorn fold card.
Ooh.
And this is a Tricorn fold card. And this is called a Tricorn fold card because it's shaped like a tricorn hat. You know, the one that Poldark wore. There you go, you see?
Hello.
There you go.
You've got that picture.
There you
go.
Yes. So, yeah. If you needed another reason why, this is why. So it's a tricorn.
He's not on the craft along, by the way, just before you get excited. No, and you don't get him with the box either.
He's not, no.
Sorry.
Can you see it there, look? Can you see the shape? It
Yeah.
works there. Now, what I love about this is this will fold perfectly flat for posting, because we all make these wonderful shaped cards and then it's like, well, how do I deliver it? This is going to perfectly flat, and we're going to make ours in a portrait sort of way, but if you wanted to, you could make it landscape as well. It works equally well if you want, you know, to put it that way. So you can have these as landscape. There you go, look at that, that's even better.
Yeah.
Or you can have them as portrait. It's entirely up to you. So that's what we're going to make.
All right, so if you want to take part, you will need to know what we're going to be using. So, Corrine, can you take us through the list, please?
I certainly can. So, you obviously need your Easter collection box. So you need some stamping cards, or you need a card or something that you like to colour onto. Then you need your pens. Now, I've got a mix of the regular tri-blend and the brushes, but that's just to match the colours. So you need your gold-brown blend, your pale pink blend, your brown-grey shades, your orange blend, your dull green blend, and your aqua blue blend. Now, if you haven't got exactly those, it'll still work. Just use something that's going to be similar. Now, we're going to use our Gemini machine because these are stamps with matching dies, so that will cut it out. We're going to do all the card forming using our scoreboard and guillotine. So you can use your tacky glue and your all-purpose glue, whichever one you prefer, or I might even use a tape runner if I'm going. You'll need a pencil and a ruler, you need your foam pads, your scissors, and we're also going to use our classic, our tulip, our dandelion, and our true black as well.
All right, so we'll give you an opportunity to get all of those goodies ready so you can get crafting along with us. Sorry, I'm still laughing about the Poldark thing. He was on my... there he is, there he is. He's enjoying it so far. He's what you call smouldering, that guy, isn't he? He's doing the old... I mean, I can't do it, but he's doing the... No, I do not need the toilet, Charlotte. That's my smouldering. Look, that's my... No, the smouldering is that, isn't it? Come, there's me. I think I look better.
You do look like You haven't been to the toilet for 2 days.
I don't know if I want to stay around for this craft along now after being insulted not only in my ear but from the other side of the studio as well. Right, well listen, if you want to get this deal, right, you're going to get the Easter box. I'll go through this in more detail as we head through the actual craft along itself. But inside the box, you've got 12 card blanks and 12 envelopes. You've got 24 printed papers. You've got a beautiful embossing folder. It's a stunning cross, which you're going to absolutely love. You've got your bunny bunting stencil, 34 stamps, 17 dies, 18 coloured cards, and you've also got organza ribbon, baker's twine, pom-poms, which in my mind are the bunny butts, and then you've also got the bows, 30 bows in there as well. Now this deal here is brilliant for the fact that we're also throwing in 10 sheets of your Centura Pearl in the baby pink. You've also got the Midas metallic pigment ink pad in the blush. Buy this deal, we'll give you for free the aqua pens. Those aqua pens in the primaries you get for free, which is amazing. They're worth $22.99 or $29.95. So if you want to kind of expand your collection, if you like, this is the way to go. You can buy the box on its own individually should you wish, but this is the way to kind of get the very best out of the collection. $47.18 is your platinum price, or $59.91 if you're shopping with us in the US. Now, as I mentioned, we have got 2 fantastic guests joining us. In fact, potentially 3 fantastic guests. One here in the UK, one in the US. Let's go to Felix, though, first of all, and say a very good afternoon to Abby. How are you?
Oh, and Dexter.
Oh, Dexter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dexter's come to join us.
It's funny, actually, on how many craft alongs we do. The pets always seem to come in and like to share the limelight, Abby.
Oh, yeah, he certainly does. He's a total diva.
Is he? Does he get in the way whilst you're crafting, or when you're crafting, does he sort of normally get down and leave you to it?
No, he always jumps up on the desk. As soon as I get a nice, clean paper pad out, the first thing he does is jump up with his muddy paws. He loves it.
Oh, wow. What you should do, leave some of your ink pads out, so when he does jump up, you get some paw prints, and you can get him to paw print all over your cardstock, maybe.
Maybe, a new background.
Yeah. It's lovely to have you with us. Is this your first craft along?
No, I think I'm a veteran at this. I think this is my 3rd one now.
Oh, well, so you must love them. Have you made a tricorn card before?
I've never made a tricorn card, no, so I'm looking forward to this.
We are looking forward to it. It looks like Dexter behind you as well is looking very, very excited about the whole thing. I have a funny feeling we might be seeing more of him as we head through this craft along. But are you pretty much ready to go?
Sorry?
Are you pretty much ready to go? Have you got everything ready?
I think I have, yeah. I've got my pens, I've got my box, I'm all good, yeah.
Good, and you've got your cat as well, which is marvellous. Abby, we shall check back with you through the course of the craft along. So we've got Felixstowe represented, and we've also got represented today California, because the lovely Susan is here. How are you, Susan?
I'm fantastic, Ben. How are you?
I'm really good, thank you. I feel like I've done some craft alongs with you previously, and I feel like I've not seen you for a while.
I haven't been for a while. It's like work has kept me pretty busy. But yeah, you and you and Craig and I did the very first craft along.
See, there you go. I knew that we had. And how have things been with you? Okay, you've been busy crafting?
I'm keeping busy. I'm not as busy as I was last year making cards, but I'm busy.
Good stuff. And have you made a tricorn card before?
I've never even heard of a tricorn card before today. So.
Have you watched any Poldark before? Is that big in the US?
I don't even know who that is.
It's this guy. Oh, sorry, he just flashed up on the screen.
He's a cutie. I'm going to have to look into that, but I haven't heard it.
Okay, well, there we go. He's a cutie. That's all we need to know. Have you got everything ready and you're ready to rock and roll with us?
I believe I do. Yep.
Excellent stuff. Well, we shall check back in with you over the course of the show. If you're crafting along with us as well, do make sure that you let us know, and come the end of the show, hopefully you'll be able to send us in your pictures. If we don't get a chance to show them during this show, of course we'll show them at the start of Second Chance Sunday a little bit later on. So Susan is ready, Abby is ready, I'm ready. Are you ready in the gallery? Yes, Johnny and Charlotte are ready. Poldark, are you ready?
Yeah.
Always.
Look at him, he's always. always ready to go. Corinne, are you ready?
I think so, yes.
Let's
yes.
do this thing then. Here we go.
Okay, right. So I just asked Craig, how do I extend this on my...
I can do it.
I can do it. Look, I've done it. There we go.
Oh, you've done it.
He showed me. There we go. Right, so from my Easter collection box, I've got some of my double-sided card. And this is quite useful because of the way the card folds. It's really nice if you do have some that's double-sided. Now, we only need to do one cut on this because it's already, if I measure this up, look, it's an 8x8 paper. Oh, let me bring that down so you can see, look. Because it's 8x8 paper, it's already, one size is already right. So I'm just going to cut it to 6 inches. So we can do that, hold that down, and that's all I need to do. So this is going to be my card base. So whatever cardstock you've got, this is what's going to work perfectly. Okay, so then I'm going to get my scoreboard in, and I'm going to turn that over, and I'm going to measure this along the longest length. So we can do that. So I'm just going to score this at 2. Oops. And then, no, that was a little bit firm. And then 6. Let's try not to go quite nearly through. Then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to score at the 4 inch. I'm only doing it that way just so that we're always folding onto the crease line. So we can fold that one like that, and then I'm going to take the card and fold it into that score line. Oh, I've nearly gone a little bit firm on this one. I went straight through there. Fold that one back, and there we go. Fold that one back. There we are. And then I've got my 4 panels. Simple as that.
Okay.
Okay, excuse that one, I went a little bit firm. Now, the next thing we need to do is I'm going to take these, open this out, and I'm going to get a pencil, and I'm going to measure down on the 2 outer score lines. I'm going to measure 2 inches from the top and 2 inches from the bottom. So I'm just going to put a little pencil line, 2 inches from the top, 2 inches from the bottom, and again, just there, 2 inches from the top and 2 inches from the bottom. Okay, so we've got our card base. And now what we need to do, I'm going to just, where's my template gone? I'm going to bring in this template just to show you. So this is what, imagine this was cut. And then what we need to do, so we've already done this score line and this one, and we now need to do these diagonals, but they don't line up going across.
Yes.
So it would be so much easier if I show you on there, if that was a score line, but it's not. Can you see? That isn't how it is. So I did find, for the outside ones, there's a really easy way to do the score line. So can you see how I've got my black line down my scoreboard? I always do that whenever I've got a scoreboard because I just find it easier. So what I'm going to do is, if I put my one corner in, and then the, how to explain it? So the 3rd score line across on the bottom. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then I'm just going to score down to that mark. I'm not going to go any further. But can you see, if I do that, if I line up that third score line with the top corner, I get a perfect...
And score to the first line.
Yeah, it scores perfectly.
Yeah.
So I can turn this one down, do the same, line up the 3rd mark and the corner, and then score down. Because the first time I did it, I wasn't getting it to very square. So we can turn it round and then score. Oh, line that up, line that up. So I'm the 3rd line and there, and then I'm just scoring down to my 2 inch mark and then round like that. It's the easiest way to do that scoring, to get it in the right line.
Yeah.
Because we're not going all the way through, I couldn't come down and then come back up because it just wasn't working, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So there we go. Right. So has everybody got that bit? So that's the first score lines we need to do. Now, the other ones don't work like that, so I found the only way to do that was to bring in a piece of card, and what I'm going to do is I want to score this one, so I'm going to lay myself a piece of card on that line. I'm just going to follow that line, and then I'm just going to turn this until it's in the right place. So keep that on the line. There we go. That's, oops, no. Let's put that, I jumped it out. So that's going to go there. Just take a piece of card. Does that line up? Yep. So I know that's in the right place, and then I'm just going to score down to there. You see, just like that. So we've now got we've got the first corner, we're going to do the same on the next one. I just find that if you do that, it's sometimes quite hard to know that you've lined it up. So just using your piece of card as a guide, just to make sure.
Oh, I see. So you've got the symmetrical triangles at the top, but then obviously the scores, like you've shown us initially, are slightly offset, which is why you did the scoring the way that you did initially. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is just to give you sort of the eyeball to do it, because it's really hard to know that you're on the same line.
Yeah.
Because so many times, because first time I did it, I sort of thought, oh, look, that looks straight, but when I started scoring down here, it ran off.
Yeah.
So it's just it's just another way to make sure your lines don't run off. So I'm using that black line, and then I'm just taking the piece of card to line it up, making sure it's there. There we go. That's lined up and down to there. So can you see we've now got, I can go over them in a minute and show you. I'm trying not to go through it. Having gone straight through my card just there, I'm trying not to press too hard again. So then using that piece of card, take it away and then line it up. Okay, so has everybody got to that? So you've now got your concertina card, and hopefully you can see, look, there you go, you can see there's a score line there.
Could you, again,
Got
just
your
very
force.
quickly for Barbara, just to, not necessarily rescore it, but she says, what was the first set of scores again? So you could just quickly show us how you
So
did
the first ones,
score.
the ones on the corner are the easiest, because you take the one corner and then you take diagonally to the third score line.
Yeah.
So you line up the first corner and the third score line. Can you see? I've used my black line. And I'm not going to score all the way, I'm just going to score from the corner to that 2-inch mark.
Yes.
Basically, all you're trying to do is go from that corner to that 2-inch mark.
Yeah.
If you can eyeball it straight, then that's fine. But I found that when I tried to do it by eye,
Yeah.
I wasn't getting it straight.
And then you're literally turning it 90 and doing it the same
So
again.
I'm going same corner, next corner, third score line, and scoring to the 2-1. And then I just literally keep turning it round.
Yeah.
And then it's always the opposite third score line. And if you do that, you know, because you can see straight away, look at that, that's perfectly perpendicular down your board. And you can even see, look, if you look at that black line there, look, I'm not going to press, but if you look at that, you can see it's going to run straight up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all it is. I was just trying to find ways to make it as easy as possible.
Mary Pat says it's excellent instructions, so
Thank you.
carry on.
Okay, right, so once we've got to there, we're now just going to fold on the score line. So just fold it whichever way makes it easier for you. So we just fold those score lines. It's nice, isn't it, when you come across a card that's a little bit of a different shape?
Yeah, I just interestingly, I've a lot of comments of people saying it's the first time that they've heard of it or first time they've made it. Let us know in the comments if you've heard of the Tricorn card before. A lot of people getting very excited about Poldark as well. Apparently, it's on PBS over in the US. So Susan, there you go. You can see that QT on PBS. And thank you as well to Maricel and also Anne, who says they've enjoyed my smoulder. Anne said more of a James Bond smoulder than Poldark. I'll take that. Better than being told you look like you've got constipation.
Which James Bond?
What?
Which James Bond?
Well, which James Bond do you want it to be? That's the question. Is it Sean Connery? Or is it maybe Roger Moore? I think it would be more of Moore.
Pierce Brosnan?
Pierce Brosnan. That's how he talks. I can. He goes, my name's Bond. James Bond. That's Brosnan. But it's probably more Roger Moore. He was more smouldery, I think, wasn't he? With the eyebrow.
Do you think?
I think. Who was your Bond?
Who's my Bond?
Yeah.
I don't know. If you say James Bond, I grew up on Roger Moore, if that makes sense. Roger Moore was the James Bond of my era.
But I thought it was going to be a but then.
No.
He's the best Bond. It was a great choice. Roger was the best Bond, in my opinion. Anyway, we're not here to talk about Bond.
Right. So can you see, that's all I've done is I've folded back against those score lines, just on there. And already you can see it's coming into shape, isn't it? Just score those. Now, I haven't had to do, all I've done is folded down those scores. So the longer scores are folded in valley folds, and the shorter ones have become my mountain folds. And I've not really formed the card, it's formed itself.
Yeah.
And then all I'm going to do is bring those together, bring them together like that, and then burnish them. Mine could just run a little bit out, but that is all we need to do to make our card. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to get my glue. I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on. So I've opened it out to this largest piece that's inside.
Yep.
And then let's just put a little bit of my tacky glue.
Okay.
Or you can use your tape pen. You use whatever glue works for you. If your collal glue is your glue of choice. Right, I have to squeeze out getting this out. There we go. Don't need much.
Tacky is probably best, is it, for your construction, is it, for wet deals?
Yeah, because it doesn't cockle the card and shape it up. So all I'm going to do then is close it up. Oh, I've gone a little bit skew, but never mind. There we are. Pop that there. I'm just going to burnish it down and then open it out. And that is your Tricorn card.
Hey, well, that was amazing.
Really easy, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know why I thought that would take longer than it did, but that's brilliant. We'll give you a chance to catch up on the scoring and the construction of that. If you've got any questions, do ask them, by the way. I'll tell you what we'll do as well in a second. That's a really good point, and we'll get Charlotte to do a close-up on it. Linnae would just like to see that measurement sheet again. So maybe in a minute, if we can we'll have a close-up on that in a second, potentially. I'll just quickly show you the deals again to give you time to catch up. This is the best deal to go for right here because we give you the Easter box. You'll also get in there the Midas Metallic ink pad in the blush. You'll get the 10 sheets of the Baby Pink Centura Pearl. And for free, we're going to give you the primary set of aqua markers. I mean, these are worth £23, $30 you get for free. If you want to go for the box on its own, you can do. I'll very, very swiftly just quickly rattle you through exactly what you do get in the box and show you the boards. I won't spend too much time with these because I know a lot of you want to get on with that craft along, but we're just giving you a little bit of time to catch up here. So you've got your set of beautiful stamps and dies there. It's all the cute little bunny rabbits. You've got the cute little Easter chicks in there as well. But I love the fact that we've got the sort of more religious theme with this as well, with that beautiful cross, which works actually in conjunction with the embossing folder in this set as well, which is stunning. You've then also got a lovely collection of stamps as well, really, really cute. I mean, Easter eggs, Easter wreaths in there as well, little Easter baskets, and look at that, there's a little Easter bunnies falling into the plant pot, super cute. Easter blessings, thinking of you, because you've got little baby lambs, get it? Yeah, this Easter. Have an excellent Easter. Yeah, it's good. Hippity hoppity. I said a hip hop, a hippity hoppity. Happy Easter to you and more. Then you've got that gorgeous embossing folder. And again, this one, can you see, perfect size to work in conjunction with that die that we're giving you as well. So if you want to do your more religious Easter cards, and actually this will work for kind of weddings, also potentially for things like your christenings as well, right throughout the year. Also in this collection, you've got your beautiful bunny bunting. You've also got the set of ribbons, and then you've got your pom-poms in there in different sizes, baker's twine as well, all really beautiful springtime Eastery colours. You've got your set of card in there as well, so this is the cardstock that Corrine's using right now in all of those beautiful colours. Match that up with the beautiful papers that you're going to get in here too. You have got such a lovely selection, and I love these. Double-sided as well. Look at that one with the eggs on, with the little Easter chicks hatching. Literally the cutest papers that you're going to get in this collection. Lots of papers as well. I know this is Easter themed, but great for springtime. You know, some of these you could use for like your Mother's Day cards as well, because yes, they are heavily Easter themed on the front, but then when you look at the reverse of some of these as well, you've got just beautiful colours to match in with the ribbons and the baker's twine within this collection too. So if you do want to go for the box on its own, details on your screen right now, 180 elements for £39.99 or for $47.96. However, what I would point you to is that other deal where just for a few pounds more or a few dollars more, £8 more, you're going to get the cardstock, you're going to get the ink pad, and you're going to get a set of aqua pens as well. That's the one you've got to go for as far as I'm concerned. But whichever floats your boat, whichever suits your budget, make sure you jump in and grab it. And don't forget, if you haven't got this collection today, this craft along will be there for you, you know, for when you do get your kit, which is amazing. My tablet is just updating, so I will we'll have a look at, because I saw some questions, we'll have a look at the measurement sheet with Corrine, and then we'll come back and ask those questions in just a second. So that sheet you had, Corrine.
Okay, yeah. So what you've got is you've got your 8-inch, which is what the, if you're using the card from the card box is, you've got to there. And then we've cut the other one to 6 inches to there. So we've just literally cut a 2-inch sliver off the end of here. And then on the scoreboard, we scored at 2 and 6 inches from the front, and then we flipped it over to score the 4-inch one. So we did 2 and 6 inches from the front just to get the mountain fold, and then to get the valley fold, we did the 4-inch from the back. Then what you need to do is just to mark down 2 inches from the top and mark up 2 inches from the bottom. And it's up to you. If you want to, you can use your ruler just to draw a faint line in there, just to see what where you're going, and then on all of those all the way around. Or you can use your scoreboard like I showed you. So basically you go from corner to 2-inch up to scoreline down to the 2-inch scoreline and back up to the corner. So it's just there. And then you're going to do the same on the bottom. Corner to 2-inch to scoreline to 2-inch to corner. So it's really, really easy. And do you see, as soon as you start to fold those, because these are going to be like your valley folds, and these will be your mountain fold, and it will just literally come together. So if I show you on this one on here.
So what's the finished card size as well, Pammy's asking?
So when so it's going to be 6 inches, I can work that bit out,
yeah.
And 4 inches,
6
yes.
by 4.
Yeah, 4 inches, 4 by 6 inches when you fold it flat. So yeah, really, really easy. Just to show you, I've got this one here. So if I folded it back, how they work, because I folded this lots. This was just my template to work it out. So as soon as you started to fold, can you see we've got our mountain fold and our valley fold in there? And as long as you just do your mountain folds onto here, it literally comes together in the shape that you want. And there is your tricorn shape in there. So it's literally fold that, as long as you've got it folded, bring it up together, and you've got your card shape.
Fantastic.
Really easy how quickly it comes together.
Yeah, looking good so far. Lots of you chatting in. Let's just quickly check in with our 2 lovely crafters who are crafting away with us in Felixstowe. We've got the lovely Abby, who is crafting away with
that wasn't Abby.
With Dexter the cat. Sorry, I keep getting pole art being flashed up on my screens. We're going to Felixstowe. Charlotte's obviously a big fan. Abby, how are you getting on, Abby?
Yeah, good, thank you. I have my pole dog hat.
Brilliant.
Excellent.
Looking good. Yeah, nice, clear, concise instructions so far, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Very easy to follow, yeah.
Good stuff. That's lovely. And then we've also got Susan crafting. I love how we're going from Felixstowe to California. This
Just like that.
It's just brilliant, the technology. And how are you getting on, Susan? Have you got your pole dark hat?
I don't think so.
Oh. Oh, let's have a look. Or are you struggling a little bit with the measurements? Maybe we can ask Corrine. Oh,
Yeah, you're there.
That's
That's
it, isn't it?
Literally now, just bring it together. Those 2 middle panels, that's it, touch together. Let me just show you. Where are we? Where's my piece gone? So you were like that. You were like that. Bring it together, and you're going to put your adhesive on those 2 big panels, like that.
Right here.
Yep. And that's it. And that will then become your card shape. Yeah, you're absolutely spot on.
Oh, there we go.
So there we go. You don't realise, you think, oh, I've only just scored it, but it's literally 1 fold, and it's there.
So literally a little bit of adhesive away from a finished card there. Well, finished for now. Brilliant, Susan. We'll leave you to stick that together so we are all up to speed, which is marvellous. And I think, as far as the questions are concerned, we are all doing very well. Lots of Bond chat going on now as well. A lot of people saying they love Sean Connery. And Jane says, Gilmore has Daniel Craig locked in her basement. I don't want to know about that. Let's, yeah, Daniel Craig finished his last film. No one's seen him since. Gilmore's got him. Right, let's move on to the next part of the craft along. So we've got our sort of base card, I suppose. What's next?
We're now going to do our mats and layers.
Okay.
So we're going to do some stamping in a bit. We're going to do our mats and layers first. So this is some stamping card or some Nina card or some white card, whatever you want. A nice smooth card. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 2 pieces. They're going to be exactly the same. So I'm going to do 1 3/4 inches, which is that line there. That can't be right. Yes, it can be. No, yes, it is. It is. Right. Let me just double check that. I'm just suddenly doubting
yourself
myself.
now.
That's got to be right, because each of these panels are 2 inches. So think about it. Yes, I doubted myself there. It just looked small on here. So 1 3/4 inches. There we go, like that. By 5.5 inches. These guillotines are sharp.
Oh,
There
yeah.
we go. There we go. So that's my first panel, and I need 2 of those. Let me do my second one.
Easy to use though, aren't they? Even
Oh.
this guy over here can use the guillotine. Be careful with it though. But I think they're brilliant. The fact that you've got that integrated scoreboard in there as well with all your measurements is perfect. And the extending arm.
I did 1.5 instead of 1, and so then it's 5.5. Let me do the first one. I did wrong. I'm measuring wrong. Right. So that's not that 3/4. So it's 1 3/4. No, I'm not. I was right first time. I'm going. Yeah, 1 3/4. That's right. 1 3/4. There we go. That one by 5.5. There we are. I knew I was doing right. So by 5.5. There we go. Right. So I've got 2 the right size now. There we are. Right. There we are. Look. So all you need to do now is we're going to get our pencil and our ruler again, and we're going to. So if we just need to almost like square them off, but into what's the shape? Where is it a trapeze? Where it's short at the top, and then long with
Trapezium.
Trapezium. Yes, we're going to make
Yeah.
a trapezium
Okay.
shape.
Trapezium.
So, trapezium. I was thinking there. So if you remember, that is 1 3/4. So we're going to go 1 3/4 along the top. There we go. Along there. It doesn't matter which end, because we can just cut there. And then I'm going to go to the other end, and I'm going to come in at 1 3/4 from that end as well. There we go. So can you see? So that distance there is exactly the same as that distance there. You're looking puzzled. You're frowning.
No, sorry. No, that's my concentration.
Is it your
face.
concentration? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to do it on both pieces. 1 3/4 along from there, and 1 3/4. Let me just do it that way because I find that easier. 1 3/4 along from there. Can you see? And then just to show you, look, can you see? That's the same there. So my height is the same as my markings on there.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
Just, right. So once you've done that, we're just going to cut those. So all you want to do is you're going to go from your point to the diagonally opposite corner.
I see.
And you can do that straight away on your trimmer.
And the measurement was 1 3/4, wasn't it?
1 3/4, because it's the same as the height of that piece. And then, so we'll do that on all 4. So when you do this, let me just show you, I wanted to show you this. So you're doing your 2 corners off with the tip. Yeah?
Oh, I see, yeah.
Is that your trapezium?
I think it is. I get very confused with... Susie Socials has put a trapezoid.
Oh,
Trapezoid. Is that the same as a trapezium? I've never heard of a trapezoid.
No, have I.
But maybe, oh dear, I might have to have a look now. I think, I know I'm Googling what a trapezoid is.
There we go. Right, so that's given me 2 pieces with just the corners.
Oh, trapezoid, the trapezoid is a trapezium.
All right,
It's the same thing.
same thing.
Yeah.
And those should hopefully be, perfectly the same size. Because I've got pen marks on, I'm just going to turn them over. And if I bring my card blank in, it'll fold nice and flat. And these should fit nicely. 1 on there. Look at that, you see? And 1 on there.
Has that left you with a little bit of a layer as well? Around, yeah, you have, haven't you? Around the edge of it. Yeah. Yeah,
And those are
perfect.
just a little bit too big, I think. 1 and 3, where are we? Because that's 1.5. Just slightly too big, I think.
Yeah.
Oh no, they should work actually, because they're 1 3/4. Yes, we don't need to cut anymore. I was going to ask you to cut those, and those are going to fit.
So those are the offcuts of the card?
Those are the offcuts of the card. I was going to actually get you to cut those separately, but why? Because those will fit on there. How perfect is that?
Almost like you planned it.
Yep. There we go. 1, 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, just checking how many we've got. We might have to do a couple more, but at the moment, because we need some for that side, but at the moment, that's working, that's going to fit.
Great.
Okay, so we should stick those on?
Yeah.
Can you see my mind's whirring as well? Because I was going to get you to cut those separately, but then I just only thought, why? Because
you've already,
we've already got them.
Whilst you're sticking, Rosalind has joined us from Maryland. Hello, Rosalind. Hello, Beth from Minnesota. Mary Ahada. Hello, Mary. Says, such a unique card shape. Thank you, Corrine. And Mary Beth Doyle says, good morning from Minnesota. I wasn't going to watch today because... It's all right, we'll let you off. Because I'm behind in so many things, but then I saw the new card fold, and here I am.
Oh, I'm glad you've joined us. That's really, really good.
Mary also says, I'm more of a visual learner, so the template that Corrine made really helps. I know a lot of you like to see that, like when we have templates, or sometimes when Jan's in, she writes the measurements down on the card, and I know a lot of you take screenshots and whatnot. So yeah, whatever you need to help you get the most out of the craft along, do let us know. We do take requests here. Eleanor says, hello from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Patty's in with us from California. Pammy on YouTube says, these are really fun to make. It's also nice that they flatten for mailing as well, because like you said, a lot of these cards, different shape cards, sometimes difficult to post, aren't they?
They certainly are. Right, so we can take this. So I've got two of these are covered on here, and I'm going to show it just a minute. Let me take that.
How long have you been making tricorn cards?
This is my first one.
Oh, is it? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Have these become popular because of Poldark?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. So.
Every time I say the P word, I get a shot of Mr. Poldark.
Oops.
There he is again, look.
They're not seeing it, what you're
no,
seeing,
they're not.
you see.
No, they're
right,
not.
so if I stuck those on, that looks lovely. I've got 1, 2, and I've got those, but I've not got any mats and layers on there, because if you remember, I just used my waist. So to get my final 2 mats and layers, all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 2 1 3/4 inch squares. So I'm going to cut one, let me just cut that there, and then 1 3/4 inches just there. They're not squares yet, so let's turn it round and turn it into a square. There we are. That's a waist bit. There we are. So that's my first one. And then second 1 3/4 inch square. And then all we're going to do is we're going to cut those diagonally, and that's going to give me the other 4 of those mats and layers. So 4 of them I got by accident, and 2 of them I got by, and 4 of them I got by on purpose. So let's put that.
Oh, look who's watching in the box. There he is. He's casting his smouldering eye.
That's it.
Over your cutting.
There we are. So then just cut those to there. The guillotine scares me. It is so sharp.
Yeah, mind your fingers.
Where did I put my glue? There it is. Right, so if you can see, I've got 4 pieces left, and I'm going to pop these onto here.
Again, let us know if there's anything that you want to ask us, any questions, anything that you want recapped on. I think looking by the comments which are coming through from Susie Socials, I think everything is looking good so far if you are crafting along with us.
Well, I wanted to do a card that a new card shape for a lot of people. It's one that was new to me, but I didn't want to go in being my first craft along.
No.
I didn't want to go in ridiculously complicated, because I thought, no, that's not going to be good for anybody, is it?
No, exactly right. And I think as well with these craft alongs, I think the majority, they are for everybody, because I've taken part in at least, I must have done 5 of these now. So I always think that if I can sort of follow along, then there's a chance for everybody really. So we do try and make them accessible for everyone. But here's the brilliant thing: if you do get a little bit behind for whatever reason, you can always come back and watch the show at a time to suit. It's there on our YouTube channel. If you're new to us, head to YouTube, search for Crafters TV. You can subscribe to us. You can make your own playlist. You can be notified when we go live. So it's a really great thing to do. But if you are getting this collection, which I know lots of you are today, then make sure you do bookmark this show. And I think this is also, a perfect thing to do with the kids. This Easter box has got so much craftability in it. Great crafting with the kids and the grandkids over the holidays, and now you've got a project that you can do with them as well.
Exactly. So all I'm doing, pressing down those, And now you can see. Can you see? There we go, look. I've got mats and layers on all there. I'll just give that 1 minute. We're going to do a mat and layer on there, but we'll just let everybody catch up with those because I sort of just...
Cool. Excellent stuff. We'll give you a chance to catch up, get you a chance to get those questions in as well. Lovely, lovely collection we've got here. We've also popped together some cardstock and ink pad collections for you too, because we want to make sure that you go away with you know, colours that you can work with as well as far as inks and your card is concerned too. So these are in the opaque pigment ink pads. Perfect for doing your blending with, perfect for doing your embossing techniques with as well, and you've got a lovely collection of colours which we think will match up rather nicely with this Easter collection. So the 10 colours you're going to get in this collection are your honey pot. You've also got the lemon tonic. You're going to get the straw bale. Then you've got your fuchsia. And, oh, hello, pink tulip. Chinese red.
There's some good colours in this.
Great colours.
There is some, your core colours, aren't they?
Yeah, ocean blue. And again, all of the different sort of shades here. So from your ocean blue to your baby blue. Then you've got the grasshopper. And then the sandstorm. £31.19 platinum price. $43.99 if you want to go for those to pop into your basket. Again, just kind of gives you more options when you're crafting. And then the Centura Pearl collection that we popped together is also perfect because the colours, again, are going to work lovely with your collection. 70 sheets you're going to get, 10 sheets of each different colour. Of course, our Centura Pearl, you've got that gorgeous Centura sheen there. You've also got 310 GSM, so perfect weight for making your cards for your construction projects as well. And as you can see, we've matched the colours up beautifully here with the colours that we've got here, with the colours that we've got in our Easter box as well. So 10 sheets of that baby blue. You've also got 10 sheets of that beautiful ivory included in there as well. Then you've got your cherry, 10 sheets. Oh, hello, whoa, lively. You've got 10 sheets, 10 sheets, jumped out of my hand that one, 10 sheets of lilac in there as well. 10 sheets of your pumpkin for the rabbits, carrots of course. 10 sheets of your turquoise. And then lastly, I think this one's called Christmas green. 10 sheets of your Christmas green, but of course, yes, that would be brilliant to use at Christmas time, but you can use it all year round. Use it with your Easter collection. That's a great price today, actually, for 70 sheets of Centura Pearl, $18.39 or $32.79 if you are a platinum member. And again, that plus this collection, if you're in the US as well, you're looking to try and get free shipping, kind of building up that basket, getting closer to that free shipping threshold. Worth bearing in mind as well if you are shopping for all this today as well. Have a look at the website for our spring sale. Has begun today. 70% up to 70% off items across the website. So do make sure that you have a look. We've just popped up details on the screen as well of the Easter box if you just want to get that on its own. People are going for this on its own, which is absolutely fine. Value for money for me is in that full collection because you're going to get the aqua pens for free. But if you do just want to go for the Easter box on its own, details on your screen there. We're almost ready to start again. Robin Miller says good morning, watching the show from Maryland and watching my buddy Susan craft. That is Robin. We'll check in with Susan and also Abby in just a while. Karen is with us from Southern California. Rhonda Crowley on YouTube says, Poldark and John, our John, are both on the same level as far as I'm concerned.
Wow. That's...
I mean,
some
John's
statement.
a good-looking bloke, right? But come on. Poldark or John? There's the question. That's the question on the socials today. Poldark or John? Poldark is dreamy, says Robin. I've binge-watched lol. And Pammy says, if you're worried making this, take a Sharpie to a piece of acetate to write out the design. Great idea. Take the acetate with low-tack tape and paste on your scoreboard and follow the Sharpie lines.
Oh, that would work.
That would work.
How really, yeah, clever.
And Barbara says, show is saved as I missed the measurements of the mat. Can we very quickly just recap on the
for the
sizes?
mat, to create these mats and layers, I took a piece of card, let me get it right, I've got it here. I went to 5.5 inches by 1 3/4. And then what I did was I measured 1 3/4 in from the left, 1 3/4 in from the right, and then cut them on the diagonal so that you got your trapeze shape, and that was what you got. So it starts, so this bottom end here is 5.5, and then I've just taken off 1 3/4 on each corner.
Okay, lovely. The great thing is as well, Barbara, like you've just said, you can go back and watch this show at a later date. So if you do miss anything, we will try and answer all your questions. We will recap as often as we can, but you can always go back and watch this show at your leisure. I think we're all pretty good and caught up, so should we move on?
Right, so if we look at our original card, we just need some mats and layers for the 2 front. If you want a mat and layer at the back, then that's entirely up to you, but we're just going to mat and layer on the front. I was looking, as you were doing that, I was looking at those Centura Pearl papers, I'm thinking perfect for your mats and layers, but also those ink pads if you wanted to do blending and also maybe some heat embossing around the edges, that would look absolutely perfect too. So we need to do this. So if you remember, the height of this one was 1 3/4 inches, so we're just going to go a tiny bit skinnier, so we're now going to go to the 1.5, to that one I cut before. So I'm going to cut myself 2 pieces of 1.5 inches wide. And if you remember, these are just papers out of your Easter box, but again, any papers that you might have, this is going to work. So, you know, if you haven't got the Easter box, please don't think you can't make this card. So I've got 2 pieces, 1.5 in width, and we're going to cut them, let's get it right, so 4 15/16. That's exact, isn't it?
Wow, 4 15/16.
Yeah, so basically I've got all my 16ths on there, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, so it's that little mark just there. Ooh, we're coming in nice close.
It's the tiniest one before the 5.
The tiniest one before the 5.
Yeah.
So take that, and then we're going to do the same on this one. So we're going to go 15/16, just like that. There we go. And then we're going to create that trapezium again. So all I'm going to do, if you remember, if that's 1.5, this is the easy way to remember. All you need to do is we're going to measure 1.5 across on this as well. Does that make sense? So it's the same, you measure in by the same as the height of your piece of paper.
Yes.
And then take that. Oops, get my ruler steady. There we go. 1.5. And I'm just going to move it across that end because remember, this isn't quite your 5 inches. So that's going to go to there. There we go. And then I'm going to cut those diagonal corners off. So if you think about it, we're going to cut these pieces off just at the corner here. Now, looking at how we accidentally created mats last time, if you wanted to, you could use these as mats and layers if you think, well, I've cut them off, why don't I use them? If you want to, I'm just giving you one way to do it, and I always like to think it's a little bit of inspiration and then you're going to put your own slant on. Can you see? There we are. We've got the first one. So if I put this over the top of here, you can see from those pencil marks, look at that, yeah, you can just see what we've cut away. So let's do that the same with this one. There we go, that's going to go on there. And then, if you haven't got a paper trimmer, you could probably do this in one cut of your scissors, because it's only 1.5 inches wide. So we've got our 2 pattern papers, and you pick whichever one of the pattern papers. What have I got on the other side? Well, I've got daffodils on the other side.
Oh yeah,
it's entirely up to you. So we're going to take those now, and we're just going to...
Oh, and of course then the offcuts of that are then the layers for
they
the
could
other
if you wanted to. I didn't put any mats and layers on because I quite like the white, but I'll show you in a minute. So if you pop that onto there, that then fits perfectly on here. You see, just like that. Just all I'm going to do is lay them on, just like that, and then once I've got the 2 on, I'm going to concertina it all up and just burnish everything down. Does that turn that one round, and then pop that one on 2.
I'm pleased more than anything today as well, the amount of love coming through for this craft line, but also the amount of you who have said that you're learning a new card shape today. Mary Pat is saying, I really love learning new card shapes. Thank you, Corrine.
Yeah. Now, if you look at this, because we've had to work it out, I've made sure that those 3 sides are right. If you get it where it's not quite central, always make sure that it's out on that shortest side, and I'll show you why in a minute, because that's the bit we're going to cover up. So I've made sure that those are the same. If it's not quite square, you know what I mean, right, make sure that that's there, because what we're going to do is we're going to put something over the middle, and that's going to hide all our workings anyway.
Yeah.
So you just want to concentrate and make sure that these bits that are visible are the perfect bits. And that is your card base made. That was really easy, wasn't it?
It was. Super duper quick as well, actually.
Yep.
And lots of you just saying that you are you're enjoying this. Mary Pat is saying, I must make 7 of these for Easter. My kiddos will be impressed big time.
Good.
One of my sons asked me the other day if I am getting my PhD in crafting. Well, absolutely you are. This is the next level to getting that PhD. Once you've mastered this one, you've got it. Nee Connie on YouTube, hello, says, Poldark, that gaze pulls me over to his world from across my tablet screen. And Pamela on Facebook says, Poldark reminds me of the character Jean Valjean. That is Les Mis, isn't it?
Yes.
Jean Valjean. I know you said Jean Valjean then, but definitely Jean Valjean. Well, listen, we are loving the fact that you're enjoying the craft along, not only for the crafting, but also for the Poldark views as well, which we're getting many of throughout the show. We're almost an hour in. Let us check in with our 2 crafters who are crafting away with us over in Felixstowe. The lovely Abby's with us. How are you getting on, Abby? You doing okay?
Yeah, all good, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, wow, you really are.
I've got
Excellent.
pink.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
I've got 3 little chickies on there, but I'm going to be covering them up with the egg, I think. So,
You got a little what?
yeah, it's looking good.
Oh, little chickens on there, did you say?
Yeah, I've got the little chicks on there. You can see.
Yeah, looking perfect.
Uh,
Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
So, as Ben was saying, but when we made that final mat layer, we created 4 little triangles.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you want to use those, I would suggest putting them on these 2 here. Can you see
On
top
these bits?
and bottom? Not on the
Oh, yeah.
outside bits, the middle ones there, look. Can you see
yeah, 'cause
these
then
ones?
you can see them.
Yeah. If you want to.
Yeah.
I haven't, but if you know, I know crafters hate to waste anything, but I've got 4 triangles there, and they will fit perfectly on there if you choose to do that.
Lovely. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? You've got the choice to be able to add
Yeah,
extra should you
I'm
wish.
just showing you the basics, and then it's up to everybody where they take it from.
Yeah, and it's like Abby, you know, chosen different papers. Once you've got the card shape, I guess it's something that you can use year round, isn't it?
Yeah,
Really?
exactly.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay,
Abby,
can we do some? Oh, you've got to speak to Susan
yeah, I was just
now,
going to
haven't
pop
we?
over
Yep.
to California and see how Susan is getting on. How's it going, Susan? Is all good with you?
It's okay with me. I don't know that it's all well. I don't think my card is standing up correctly, but that's okay. We'll fake it till we make it.
That's
So
it.
I'm adding extra.
Yeah,
No, that's looking perfect, isn't it?
yeah. That looks to me. That looks perfect. If you
Okay.
just burnish those middle bits sometimes, and then it should just stand up. Oops, now I've done that, so
Okay.
mine's not standing up.
Yeah.
There we go. There we are.
Bit of burnishing, yeah.
Yeah.
Just a bit of burnishing. Okay.
Okay.
Excellent stuff, Susan. Lovely stuff. Good to see that you're both enjoying it, and good to see that you guys are loving it on the comments as well. Keep those coming through. Anything that you want to ask us as well. Mary just saying, I love the fact that this card shape folds flat for mailing too, which is perfect, really. The fact it just folds flat, and then yeah, no problems for popping it in your envelope and sending it away for Easter, of course, as well. Details still on your screen of this main collection, where you're going to get the box for $39.99 or $47.96. Worth bearing in mind again, everything that you're going to receive in there, all of your card blanks, all your envelopes. You've got those printed papers, cardstock, stamps, dies, there's an embossing folder. We'll go through the boards in a little bit more detail in just a bit, but let's get back on with the next step of our craft along.
Okay. So this just happened to be one of my offcuts. This is not measured or anything, and I just noticed that my egg from my Easter collection will fit absolutely perfect. I love this because you've got that gorgeous faux stitch. I am a little bit of a sucker for a faux stitch,
Oh, yeah.
I have to admit, yes. I do. I just think it adds that little bit extra to your project. So, tape on, always tape to the waist if you can, so I've put that on there, and then I'm just going to run that through my Gemini. Now, after that, the next bits we're going to do is, now, I think all of the rest of the bits we're going to do are going to be hand cut, so we're just going to do some stamping after this, so that's the only piece I think I need to die cut. There we go, look at that. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous with that faux stitch?
Yeah, beautiful.
So it's up to you whether you put this on now. If you are going to put it on now, the only other thing you need to do, let me move that out of the way, is I'm just going to get my grey pen and I'm going to just take, now I've got a mix here of, as I said to you before, of my regular tri-blends and some brushes. It's just to match the colours up when I got here. But all you want to do is just take it round the edge of your card and just edge your card, your egg rather,
Yeah, edge
very
your egg.
gently.
Could you do that with your ink pads as well?
Yeah, you could do, yeah. There we go, you can just see, just going. I'm doing this with the palest one. Seems to be all right. If you want to go with the middle one, you might be able to see it a little bit more. But can you see it? I'm resting the egg on my finger and running that round, and that just means it's not floating in the air, and I've got that little bit more control. If I try to do it on here, it's not as controlled. If I do this here, I'm going to get consistent all the way round. There we go. Just all the way round. There we go. Just to edge it. Now, that's looking very pale. I'm just going to see the colour of my middle one. Oh no, that's far too dark. That's definitely all I want. So I've just got round the edges with that, and I'm going to put that to one side. So to one side, I've got my card base and I've got my egg. So I'm going to put those to one side, and we're going to get on with some stamping.
Okay.
All right, so let's pop that back on there. Let's try and be a little bit tidy. And I always use a stamping platform. It's entirely up to everybody how they do this. I'm not going to say, oh, you have to use a stamping platform.
Makes it easier though.
Oh, it does. It does. It really does. So what do I need to cut out? Stamp rather. I need my wreath, and I'm going to pop that on here. Might have to do these in a couple of goes. We're going to do Happy Easter, but you can pick any of your sentiments that you want.
I think most of them will fit inside that wreath, won't they? A lot of them will.
Yeah, but we're not doing the wreath on this one. That's my next one.
Oh,
come on, Corrine.
Come on, Corrine. For goodness sake.
I'm doing the wreath on the. If we have time left over, I'm going to do that as an extra demo.
Oh,
we're going to do the plant pot and the Happy Easter.
Oh, the bunny, he's fallen in the plant pot.
Yes, and then I want some of the tulips. So I'm going to get some of the tulips. Come on, get that off. That's stuck round. I want a couple of butterflies. So it's up to you. Have I got them all the same? Yeah.
Plenty to choose from. 34 stamps you get in this collection.
You get plenty, don't you? There we go. So I'm using those three. That is the three I'm using, yes. Right, so we're going to take that. We're going to put Happy Easter there. We're going to get some tulips just there. Where did the butterfly? Can you see my butterfly?
It looked like it had gone on the card next to the plant pot, but...
Ah, it stuck to the the stamp set. There we go.
Okay.
Right, so take those. Now we're going to be using alcohol pens. So everybody at Stamp know that we use the opposite ink pad. So I'm using my Finesse alcohol proof. So this means that as soon as I've stamped them, oops, I've just dropped my tape. Pick that back up. As soon as I've stamped them, they are good to go. So take that one, pick those up, and then we can ink on there.
Yolanda just said, I'm going to have to try and do this card when I get a chance. I think a lot of people will be crafting this when they get the moment. And Mary Pat chatting about her crafting PhD earlier on. Maricel Coeto on Facebook says, a crafter's PhD equals project half done. Very good. I like that.
Yeah.
I love a little a crafty acronym. That's brilliant. PhD, project half done. Brilliant.
Right, so stamp those, and like I say, this is why I use my platform, just in case they're not fully stamped. I can go in. Now, I just need to go in on my A. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to, that one's stamped, I'm going to take off the flower pot. Let me just go in on that A and just tap that one a little bit. Ah, there we go. Let's just catch that one again. It was the A, wasn't it? Down there. Just needed a little bit more. There we are, perfect. So now I'm going to take that one off, and then I'm just going to, let's move the card now, trying to work out the best way to do it. So let's just then pop one down there, and so we need a few of the tulips and a few of the butterflies. It's entirely up to you. You can use as many or as few as you want. Doesn't matter that I've got a little bit of an imprint, because
You'll go over it anyway.
we're going to go over it.
Yeah.
So I find if you try to, unless you can dry wipe them, if you try to wipe them and they get wet, then it's going to ruin your next impression. Perfect.
Lovely.
I think I only need 2 butterflies, yep, so I want a couple more tulips. Let's come up here. Yeah, pick that one up.
I think this is still in stock on the web, the 8x8 stamping platform, magnetic base. So, always the big chat with this is just how useful of a craft room tool it is, and if you haven't yet got this in your life,
Yeah.
you need it, don't you? It's so
It's
useful.
very, very rare I don't stamp with a stamping platform.
Yeah.
It's only if I'm absolutely certain that if, you know, something small that I know is going to, I can
You
guarantee.
just wouldn't take the risk, would you? If you've got something like this, what would be the point of not using it?
No, I don't see the point. I really, really don't see the point at all. There we
You'd be
go.
hopping mad not to use this.
I would. There we are. So I've got my flower pot,
Yeah.
I've got my Hoppy Easter, 2 butterflies and 4 sets of tulips. Go do a few more if you wanted to, it's entirely up to you. Take those off, and there. And then we're going to do some colouring. So, should we just see if everybody's caught that bit up? And
I'll
then
tell you
we'll
what,
get
yeah,
on with some colouring.
we will do that, and I'll tell you what, we'll have a look through this collection as well. Robin just saying you could glitter pen the edges too with the
Ooh,
clear.
yes.
Yeah, that would look lovely. And you also said the stamping platform. Oh, here we go. Robin Miller. The stamping platform changed my stamping game 100%. It works so well. If I had £1 for every time somebody sent me a comment like that about a stamping platform, I would have a lot of money. Because people love it so much. It's on the website, check it out. Let's have a quick look through the Easter collection, then we'll have a little bit of a break, give you time to catch up. This is a good chance as well for you if you are stuck, if you want to ask again, if you want to you know, throw any questions our way, then please do. This is the collection that I suggest you go for if you can, because you're going to get so many added extras. I'll show you what you get in the box first of all, and then we'll talk about all of the added extras that you're going to get in this deal too. Lovely. So this is the set of stamps and dies which Corrine has used to create that egg, which we will see in just a little while. Love the fact that you've got that faux stitching there. That cross in there is absolutely beautiful. And then you've got all of the stamps of all of the other different characters in there too. So you've got the sort of quite cutesy Easter cards. You've got the more religious cards in there too. And plenty to be playing with in that collection. All of the stamps and then the dies as well to be able to cut out your images. This is the set here that again Corrine's used to create those beautiful tulips and all the other bits and pieces. You saw the wreath a little bit earlier on. That's in there, all of the different sentiments. And it's great, again, I think we do brilliant sentiments here because we don't just, you know, whack in a happy Easter and leave it at that. We kind of tailor the sentiments to work beautifully with the collection. So you've got things like, you know, have an excellent Easter, hippity hoppity, what's this one say here with the you? Thinking of you this Easter, Hoppy Easter. They're all brilliant. They're all tied in with the fact that it is Easter, which I think just adds even more to this collection. You've got a beautiful embossing folder as well with that gorgeous cross on with all of that stitching, and you can see how that will work perfectly with that die as well. So if you want to, you know, emboss and then maybe cut that out and pop that over the top, it works perfectly because the crosses are exactly the same size. Then you've got your stencil to be able to create your bunny bunting, which I think is super cute. If you love to hang up decorations, love to make some stuff with the kids during the Easter break. Maybe you're one of those people. My mum always has an Easter tree.
Yes.
So it'd be
With
quite
legs
nice to
hanging
be able
off
to
it.
pop up little bunnies on the Easter tree, because you will get the ability to be able to hang all of those, because we're giving you the baker's twine, we're giving you ribbon, lots of different colours of the ribbon as well, and you're getting the bunny butts. They are though, aren't they? You're laughing, but they are. They're the little bunny butts, 30 bunny butts, big bunny butts, small bunny butts, 30 of those in total.
Why were your small bunny butts deeper than your big bunny butts?
What?
Why were your small bunny butts deeper than your big bunny butts?
I didn't, were they?
They were.
What's that? What? Big bunny butts, small bunny butts. So it should be small bunny butts, big bunny butts.
It should be.
Thank you, Corrine, for pointing that out.
Do you know, they wouldn't believe the conversations we had if we told them, would they?
I was chatting to Ben today at work about bunny butts. And you're also going to get your beautiful cardstock in here as well. So 18 of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 different colours, 3 of each. Beautiful colours to match up. Again, you can see with all of your ribbons in there as well. So they all, and even your baker's twine, they all match up beautifully. And then the papers that you're going to get in here, I just think are absolutely gorgeous. All these different designs that you're going to get, 24 printed papers, double-sided, and whilst you have got some really top-notch Easter scenes, as I said, a lot of these on the reverse you can use for all sorts of spring cards year round. Love the fact those are almost like little presents, aren't they, the way that those have been popped on the paper there. So you get plenty of snippability. You've got stripes and spots, beautiful framed paper there with the tulips, and then, as we said, some really cute Easter scenes with the bunnies and the baskets, and then bigger scenes there as well with the little bunnies on the Easter egg hunt. You've got the chicks there too. Just absolutely gorgeous paper. 24 sheets, double-sided, you're going to get in this collection. So it's 180 elements in total, including all of the stamps, all of the dies. That's just the box, though, bear in mind. And actually, on its own, $39.99 platinum here in the UK, but $47.18 will get you the box, and then on top of that, you'll get all of this as well. So we're going to give you, in the collection, the Midas Metallic ink pad in the blush. You're going to get 10 sheets of the baby pink Centura Pearl, and then it basically works out with this deal that you get 12 aqua pens for absolutely nothing. Those are the colours that you're going to receive. It's your primaries. And that's a heck of a deal. They're worth £22.99 or $29.95. We give them to you for free within this deal. So we'll work it out in a second. But it's $59.91 if you are. I think it's $9. There you go. But when you consider that these are worth $29.95, that's why you should go for the full collection. If you want to go for the box on its own, you can do. I mean, let me tell you what to do, but I just think it's worth going for the full lot because the value for money on it is phenomenal for a few bucks more. Right, I think we're going to move on to the next step. A few comments coming through. Lots of you chatting about the stamping. Elaine says, I like to use my rocker blocks to apply pressure when using the stamping platform. Nikon says, not that the stamping platforms make one dependent on tools, but this will just make you more confident in stamping a perfect stamped image without the frustration of aligning stamps without it. And Rosemary Rich on Facebook, hello Rosemary, says, every time I show my friends the 8x8 magnetic stamping platform, I have to buy a new one. What is it? Because they take it off you. It's a brilliant bit of kit. It's available on the website right now. Really, really worth having if you're thinking of doing any stamping at all, particularly batch stamping, because it's just going to help life be easier for you. Right, I think we're all caught up. Should we get back into it? Let's do it. Here we go.
Okay, right. So we're going to do our colouring now for our stamping. So I've got my piece that I've got my stamping on. I've got a piece of card underneath. For me, it acts twofold. One, it's going to sort of help you with your blending, but also when I'm looking at my colours, I can put them onto my scrap card. Now I'm going to fussy cut these out, so I could put them on here, but it's going to really, really help me. So I have got first, I've got my gold brown blend. Now if you just got the regular tri-blend pens, they're going to work fine, or the brush. I've just managed to find the colours that I needed here in the mix and match around. So I'm going to come in with my plant pot first, and I'm going to lay down my palest colour, and I'm just going to pop it on here, just like that. Now, there we go, just popping that colour on here. Now your nibs are a bit bigger with your brushes, so you know you've just got to concentrate as you're laying down that colour on there. So once we've done that, I'm going to go in with my middle colour, and I'm just going to think about this. So if you think about your pot, I need to flick, can you see, round like that to create that curved effect. So I'm going to come down the side here, just do a nice little edge, just to give me an edge, and then I'm just going to curve it round just a little bit down there. I'm going to leave the middle, apart from just the bottom, to enhance that step. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing down that side, and then just bringing that round. And once we've done that, we're then just going to come back in with our paler colour, and we're just going to over blend those ever so slightly. So we can just run that over and drag that colour. But that's going to help us then to create, can you see straight away that's starting to look curved. And then we're going to do exactly the same with the main bit.
Okay.
So we're just going to come in. Now you could have laid down all the colour in one go, but I always think it's nicer if the ink's quite fresh. It blends better. So I try not to go too big an area at any one time.
A lot of people on the comments asking for extra paper pads of these, like we do with the Year of Craft. I don't know whether it's on the horizon or not, but certainly we will pass that on to Leanne and the team. Yeah, the boxes don't normally restock, do we? But yeah, just maybe get a second one.
Yeah.
But that's the best way for now. But we will certainly ask the question. What's everyone's plans for Easter? Anyone got any grand plans? What do you normally do Easter time, Corrine? Do you do anything special?
Well, my birthday's Easter Monday this year.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
When does Easter?
So Easter Sunday is the 17th.
Right.
Easter Monday is the 18th of April. So it can be any time, can't it, from the end of March through to sort of late-ish in April.
But it is late this year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on the, get this the right way around, my birthday's on the Monday, so on the Sunday, Easter Sunday, my two daughters and I are going to a health spa.
Lovely.
It's a health spa that was scheduled and actually paid for my 50th 2 years ago.
Oh, right.
So, and then obviously, as you
Obvious
can imagine.
reasons, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be all right, wouldn't it?
My birthday, I think my birthday on the 2 years ago fell exactly 3 weeks after COVID lockdown started. So we had a holiday booked. We had my spa with loads of friends. Because it was my 50th, you know, we were going to do all sorts. So there was some money. I managed to get a refund for most people, but some people had paid money to the spa for me as a present. So it was like, that's going to run out soon. So my daughters and I are going for that.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Nice little,
and I can't think of
Sunday.
doing anything like that, the two girls and myself, since my elder daughter had the twins.
Yeah.
So it's the first time that I can think of, because there'll be 4 in August, that we've actually all, just the 3 of us, got together like that. So really
How
looking
lovely.
forward to
Is that a day or half day?
9 till 6.
Oh, that's
with
all right,
a very
isn't it?
nice lunch.
That's all right, isn't it, eh?
Yeah.
Living the life.
Yeah. So can you see I've left the centre paler, so it's going to help to bring in that look. And then I'm just going to get my nice, what do they call this one? Aqua blue. And we're going to colour in the bow. Now you can, I mean, this is just a suggestion of colours. And if you bring in your card, you can sort of see where the colour suggestions have come from, can't you? You know what I mean? It sort of all makes sense. But if you've changed your card, you know, if you've decided you've not got the Easter boxes, or you've used up the papers and you want to do something slightly different, then just change the colours. The colours aren't the important bit. It's, you know, you've got the shapes, and then you do what you need to do. But
hearing from Johnny that sounds like Susan and Abby are in their own colouring comas in Felixstowe in California.
Good, good. It's been a colouring morning, hasn't it?
It has been a colouring morning. We had a lovely time earlier on Colour Me Happy. If you missed it, it was all about those discovery kits. did some mandalas, didn't you? Which are absolutely
But if you've got the
gorgeous.
colouring, if you've got some of those discovery kits, you're going to have plenty of pens, aren't you?
you are.
To really work. So all I'm doing is I'm thinking, where's the darkest bit? And the darkest bit's going to be where the knot is, if you think about it, where it's intense, and it's going to be coming out from behind the bow. So I've just added a little bit of extra colour just to darken that down. So we've done there. And then I'm going to move on to our bunny's feet. So entirely up to you which order you're going to do this, but I'm going to do colour in the little pads first.
Ah, what are we looking for in the plant pot?
He's on an Easter egg hunt. Because look at the Easter eggs popping out.
Ah, I can see them now, obviously.
Yeah.
Or maybe
well,
he's
that's what I think. Anyway.
Maybe he's the Easter bunny hiding the Easter eggs.
Do you think that's
see,
what
for
it
the-
is?
Yeah, for the Easter egg.
He's
hunt.
so tired. He's
yeah,
so,
he's just fallen asleep.
he's just fallen
in
asleep
the-
delivering the
in
eggs.
the plant pot. We're going to be in Cyprus for Easter this year.
Are you?
Yeah.
So are you? Will the Easter bunny
Well,
find the children, or will the Easter bunny leave some eggs at home for when they get back?
here's the thing, we haven't really had, well, Daisy's brought up that problem and we've not really yet addressed it with the Easter bunny.
Right.
So Laura and I need to have a chat with the Easter bunny as to whether or not he will deliver to Cyprus.
Yeah.
So I think what we might ask him to do is leave the Easter eggs at home. I think that's probably for the best,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Just think, they might melt,
Yes.
and also that if they should they not all get eaten, which is probably highly unlikely. Yeah. They're going to need suitcase space to come home, aren't they?
That's it. And the other problem, not problem, but we've got obviously, so Easter Sunday is the 17th then, right?
Yeah.
Then the Tuesday the 19th is George's 14th birthday, my son's birthday.
Ah.
So potentially, yeah, we'd then have presents. Yeah, we're away for his birthday as well. Presents and then obviously the Easter eggs to bring back. I've already thought in my mind, because you know when you have like a birthday and sometimes you're in a hotel, you're abroad, you can tell the waiters and whatnot, can't you? You can sort of give them a little nudge and go,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, so it's George's birthday, he's 14. Can you come over with a cake, sing a little bit? Yeah.
Oh,
14-year-old, he's going to absolutely love that, isn't he? Eh? He's going to love it. Come on, everybody in the restaurant. Happy birthday. Yeah, yeah. So that's probably going to happen.
He might never speak to you again.
He doesn't speak to me anyway. How was your day at school? Oh. What do you get up to? I don't know. That's about it. Oh, do you get that already, Johnny? Do you? How was Leo? Now was he 7 or 8? 8. It's funny, isn't it? You pick him up from school. How was your day? Oh. What did you do? I can't remember. It's like you were literally in there 10 minutes ago. There we go. They all go through it, kids, don't they?
Yes.
I think. Although I'd like to think I was never like that. Probably was, though.
We probably were in our own way, weren't we?
Yeah, I don't know if I was. Were yours like that?
I think my eldest daughter, how was your school day? Fine.
Yeah.
We had 5 years of secondary school. Every day was fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
My husband said, it can't always be fine.
Fine.
Yeah, it was fine. Every day. Yeah. There we go. Right, okay. So I've coloured in my bunny, just adding a little bit of shading just to give it. So I'm just going to move on to the leaves. Now we don't get hung up about lots of shading. If you want to add shade, add shade. If you don't, these are going to look quite sweet just in a single colour. But if you've got your tri-blends, then you've already got something there that's going to allow you to add in that shade, because you know they come with the right shades there. So we can just do that. This way I think the blend pens would have probably been a little bit easier because they would have had a finer nib, but never mind. Couldn't see the colours in the regular tri-blends. So we can come on here. And then I'm just going to do, I'm sorry if turning my cardstock round confuses people, but that for me is the easiest way. I turn my cardstock. So if you've got the like the Lazy Susan for your stamping,
Oh,
that
the
rotating board,
board.
yes. That would be an absolute dream for me, because it just means that my cardstock can continually be turned the right way round for me, because I just find it easier to work away.
Yeah.
As we were saying earlier, if you try to work away and bring it to you, I just get the pressure in the wrong place.
Yeah.
But you work how works for you. Everybody is different, and everybody holds their pens differently. I always hold my pens quite close to the nib. I was watching a video with Leanne, and she was saying if you're doing flicks, sometimes it's easier to hold your pen. The gentler the flick you want, the further up the pen.
It's a bit more like you were using a paintbrush almost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come further up your pen. But when you're just doing like little bits of shading like this, then I just find it easier to come down closer to the nib. It just gives me that little bit more control. And the other thing, as we were saying earlier, is lids on your pens after every bit of colouring.
Yeah.
So, yep, nice yellow.
I do just think as well, whilst we're watching Corrine Colour, that this is such a lovely set to be, to be crafting with the kids. You know, again, the fact that you've got all those different stamps, so many lovely images in here. Nothing to stop you, stamping out some images for the kids, get them doing some colouring, maybe make some Easter cards for the relatives. But there's so much to love about this collection. So many stamps, so many dies. You don't necessarily have to share all of your papers with the kids or the cardstock if you don't want to do that. But the fact that you've got, all of these beautiful images, get them doing some Easter colouring. I think they love as well the stencils that you get to make the bunny bunting, which I just think is the most fun thing ever. And actually that bunny bunting, nothing to stop you again to use that as mats for your cards, or whether you're making little Easter bags or decorations for things like Easter bonnets. There's so many ways you'll use this kit, not just this year as well. But for many Easters to come, obviously the papers will run out over time, and the ribbons and the little pom-poms. But actually, you'll come back to the stamps and the dies and the stencils year after year. I think it's a lovely collection as well, because how long have I been in craft now? 6 years. I have not seen many Easter collections. Certainly not ones like this.
You don't, do you? You don't find many at all. Let me just see.
Nice to have that option.
So all I'm doing here is I'm just flicking between the colours, and I'm just here using the different colours. Now what you have to remember is that looks quite vivid, that pink. Alcohol pens change colour as they dry. As the alcohol evaporates, they go paler. So when you're colouring, always remember, sometimes you just got to go in and put a little bit more on, because it will always tone back as you go. So it's just something to bear in mind. So where am I? I want that and the blue. I'm just going to colour in the eggs. Let's just do these.
Pammy says, oh, yes, Corrine, we were supposed to go to New Orleans for a week, then out onto a cruise the year COVID hit. We were 30 days out when they cancelled. We rescheduled twice and just finally gave up. That happened with my mum and my sister as well, because they go on holiday every year, and I think they were due to go. It might have been in the April after, to one of the Greek islands. They rescheduled again. I think they've just given up on that one as well now, actually.
It's hard, isn't it?
Robin Miller just saying the stamp is adorable. One of many stamps that you're going to get in this set. It really is the cutest of collections. Remember, the details on your screen right now are for the one which I recommend you go for, because you get the Easter box, you get the aqua pens for free within this deal as well. Plus, we're going to give you 10 sheets of the Centura Pearl cardstock and the metallic ink pad. And I'm pleased to hear that this one is the most popular so far. So you're all taking my advice. That's a first. Gilmore just saying, my daughter always says nothing when we ask her what she did in school for years now. What a waste of school, says Gilmore. Yeah.
There we go. Right, so as far as I'm aware, that is all of that coloured in.
Yeah.
I think I've coloured that bit in. So the Easter bunny ears on the hoppy, I'm just going to put in with a little bit of grey. That's all I need to do with that. There we go. The butterfly, I'm going to come in with the orange blend now. This one looks quite strong, but I'm sure it'll fade out a little bit. So let's just come in with the orange in the butterfly, but it'll match in with my tulip, won't it? There we go.
Sandra on YouTube, Sandra Dundas. Hello, Sandra. Ben, the answer from nursery onwards to what did you do has always been stuff, things, or nothing. Now my daughter gets similar replies from her 2-year-old on pickup from preschool. Mine always used to chat to me when they picked them up from preschool. My daughter still chats now. She's 10 and she will tell me all about her day. She will live it from the moment that she went in to the moment that she left.
The children always talk more when they're in the car?
No.
Don't you?
I find Daisy talks to me whether she's in the car, whether we're at home, whether we're outside. George doesn't talk to me wherever we are. Literally, the only time he ever really talks to me is when he wants something. But he'll snap out of it. He talks to his mates. When I hear him upstairs when he's on his console and he's playing with his mates, he can talk then, believe you me. And he always talks in a bit more of like a deep, gruff voice. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's quite funny to listen to, but he doesn't talk to me very much. But never mind. Never mind.
You just got to keep those channels open.
That's it.
That's all you can do.
And the great thing
keep
is,
those channels open.
That's why you live for the parents' evenings then, and then the teachers can tell you. And actually, he's the model student at school. He's a model student, always putting his hand up, always talking. Top of the class and everything. So maybe it's me.
Do you say, that's my son you're talking about there?
No word of a lie. We got round to about because we spoke to all of his tutors individually, and I think it was his English teacher we got round to. It was about the third Zoom chat we'd had, and he was another one. Oh, he's a model pupil. He's top of the class. He's way ahead of expectations. And I said, go just stop me a second. We are talking about George Moseby here, are we? But yeah. So, you know.
There you go.
Yeah. He must just be tired. He's so tired. By the time half 3 runs around, he's worked so hard at school, he's too tired to talk.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Exactly.
Johnny's just said his son Leo can talk at bedtime. Funny that, isn't it? Won't tell you what he did at school, but when it comes to bedtime, yeah, you could. Yeah,
wants to tell you everything about his day, don't they? Absolutely everything. There you go. I'm going to go that a little bit darker with that one.
Oh, thank you, Susie on the socials saying you have to ask more targeted questions. That's a good tip. What did you learn in maths today? I can tell you the answer. Nothing. What did you have for lunch? Can't remember. That's the answer to that one. What are you reading in English? Dunno. A book. Oh dear. It's all a challenge though. It's all a challenge. It's all good fun, isn't it? This,
right. I've just changed my green pen simply because I wanted one with a regular bullet one, so it's not the same colour, but in here I can't find the dull green in the normal tri-blend, but it'll be fine. Just decided it would make it much easier, so I'm just colouring in, so just go as you go. Now, these are so small that you probably won't want to do any shading. There's just not really capacity to do shading with these. Now, you do have stamps. Yeah, we know we have stamps. We've just coloured in the stamps. You know you've got dies for some of the shapes, but not all of the shapes.
No.
So all of the stamps. So there we go. Right, I've finished colouring that in, so just while we have a look. So if you... Let's just put
these ones
back.
You don't have, do you, for? I don't think.
No, you don't.
No.
But that's not a problem. We can work through that. Let me just put that. I should have a butterfly. There it is. So there we go. You can see you've got your little Easter eggs down here. Obviously, you've got your cross. You've got... So some of these stamps, some of these dies are just standalone dies, whereas some of these ones here work with the stamps.
Gotcha.
So it's a mix and match of how they work. Oh, look, there's the little lamb. So, you know, you've got your Easter chick with the hands out. So, you know, it's a total... Wings, okay. Wings, hands, yeah. Okay. Right, so now I just want to trim these out, but you can do that really easily. And it's entirely up to you how you do it. I've found personally a larger pair of scissors gives me a better result than a small pair. Because can you see how much I've been able to cut before I needed to adjust my blade? Can you see I can come all the way down here, and only as I'm turning the angle.
And I notice again, and this is how most people, so you tend to turn the cardstock as opposed to move the scissors, don't you?
Yeah, I was taught when I'm fussy cutting, I don't know if you can see, take your arm with the scissors in and put it next to your body and hold it there.
Okay.
So that can't move. You don't have to hold it physically there, but effectively that's what you're doing. You're holding this arm here, so it can't move, and then you move your cardstock. So can you see I'm keeping that, if it's easier just to hold it there, but effectively you're keeping it as close to your body as you can.
Yes.
And then just turning. And again, you're going, I'll take it on a scrap piece in a minute and show you, but you're going to get a much neater effect. So I'm just keeping this arm as still as I can, and the scissors, I'm almost running the card along, you know, because a nice sharp pair of scissors, I'm almost running the cardstock along the scissor blade rather than anything else. So it just gives you a much better. And again, you've noticed I cut the pot out, I cut it off from a piece of card as well, so that I'm only working with the piece that I'm wanting to cut out. Sometimes you need to do like what I call a rough cut to get it, you know, get it away from where what it's attached to or however. And then once you've done that, it will be so much easier. It doesn't take long.
Just whilst you're cutting, a lot of you chatting about your kids. Emma just says, hi everyone. Kids 5 years old, excited about their day. 10 years old was okay. 13 years plus, mumble, same when they go to college. Robin says, it's an adolescent boy thing, Ben. Both ours were the same. They eventually start talking. I know they will eventually. My boy's always the same, says Jane. Not a lot. And Pammy says, my teenage boy says 3 phrases. Mum, will you wash my laundry? Mum, I need to be picked up. Mum, there's nothing to eat. And Alison says, Ben, I hope your son isn't watching because he definitely won't be speaking to you. He definitely won't be watching. I'll tell you that for nothing.
Just to show you, if you try to cut with lots of small cuts and you move your scissors and you keep your paper still, I know I'm sort of over exaggerating this, but can you see it's not as smooth? It's not smooth. You get you know, you don't have the smooth corners there. I just don't think you get the same sort of smooth finish as if you keep your scissors still and then you turn your cardstock.
Yeah,
So
beautiful.
And then we're just going to trim out some of the other pieces.
Okay.
I'm just carrying on. If you need me to stop and slow down, just give me a shout.
Everyone's all good. Do let us know in the comments. I've just realised we've only got 25 minutes left.
I know.
It's flown
I thought
by.
this wouldn't last as long. I did actually say, oh, I've got something else should you need it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I think it's been fun to watch all of the colouring and to see all of the cutting. Lovely comments coming through as well. Diane Cup on Facebook says, Ben, I've really enjoyed the show today. Thank you. It's my first time seeing Corrine. I've really enjoyed watching her.
Thank you.
Corinne's first craft along as well. It's been brilliant so far. Beth Noob says, teachers said the same about my kids too, Ben. Always so helpful, etc. I asked their teachers to please send those helpful children home. That's it, isn't it? Yeah, always helpful, always wanting to, you know, help out around the class and do this, that and the other. Did you try and get the kids to do something at home? No.
I'll tell you a funny parents' evening one.
Yeah.
So, obviously, pre-COVID, long years pre-COVID. And we went and I got the kids to do because as you know, I've got the twins, and we've got them to arrange appointments with the teachers, and with 2, it's quite hard to get round. So we sort of, we'll go to the same sort of teachers, and they were sometimes, most of the time they were in the same classes, but there were some that they were separate. This is secondary school, and they both arranged them separately. But it just so happened that as we got to history, they'd got consecutive appointments, I think it was. So hubby sat down, I sat down, and the kids sat down, one of them either side of us. And the history teacher looked up, and he sort of said, hello. And then he looked, and he sort of looked across the 4 of us, and he went, why have you all sat down together? I can only see one parent at a time. I went, well, it will just make it easier to sit down now, and then we'll do them one at a time. He went, are they related? I was like, they're twins, they've got the same name, they're boy-girl, but, you know, they look quite alike, but he'd been teaching them for the best part of the year and didn't even know they were siblings, let alone twins.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and just couldn't work out why Mr. Robinson with Kern had sat down with Mrs. Robinson with Jessamy.
Well, he'd not twigged at all? He's not twigged at all?
He'd not twigged at all. He had not twigged at all. Did not even know they were siblings. And, he'd been teaching them both in the same class for most of the year.
What? He didn't twig? They had the same... I don't get that. How... Like, call the register and whatnot and still didn't twig? That's hilarious.
No, hadn't twigged.
It's funny talking about... Because obviously you've got twins, boy, girl.
Yeah.
So my wife, Laura, is a twin. She's got a twin brother. And what always makes me laugh is the amount of times she's been asked over the years, are you identical?
I've had medical staff ask me, are they identical?
Like,
They were tiny babies, and this health visitor said to me, are they identical? And I was like, I can't believe you're asking me that. I really can't believe you're asking me that.
It's so funny, isn't it?
And they look at you, really, really...
Yeah.
What have I said wrong?
Yeah.
I'm like...
I'll give you a clue. One's a boy, one's a girl. Yeah. So, dear, oh dear. Funny. Joanne just saying, good tip to keep your arm next to your body. Susan Rushton.
Hi, Susan.
Multitasking.
Oh, is she? Why? What's she doing?
She's with us.
Oh!
Craft along our messaging. Turning the paper makes a big difference when fussy cutting. Great tip on the big scissors, Corrine, says Susan. I switched to them from the snips and it's much easier. Thank you.
It just takes a bit of practice to control them. If you're so used to small scissors, it just takes a little bit of time. Right, now with the Hoppy Easter, all I'm going to do is I'm going to just fussy cut it again, but just cut out a rough shape. Because you could just cut this, you know, into a square or rectangle or what have you, or cut it out of an oval. But let's just go all the way around to create something a little bit more of an interesting shape. Up round the bunny ears, and then down here, and then all the way around just there. There we go. This day's going to go fast. I was thinking, oh gosh, this is going to be a long day.
Oh, thanks a lot.
But it just, no, it's going lovely and fast. It's going lovely and
they do go quick. They do go quick. We have fun, we're having a laugh, doing a bit of crafting, we're having a good chin wag as well. They always go quickly these days. They really, really do. I'm loving all of the chat coming through. Patty just said, when my daughter was in preschool and when I picked her up, I'd always ask her how her day was and what she had for lunch. She obviously got tired of me asking the same question every day because one day when I asked what she had for lunch, she responded with a straight face and said, dog food. I started to switch up my daily questions after that. Maricel on Facebook saying, 8-hour drive to Disneyland with one nephew chatting all the way. Learned so much about him. Same drive with his brother, not a peep.
Yeah.
And Tonya Unicorn, this is a really valid point, and I always say this about my George as well. When we hear that our kids are polite and helpful outside the home, then we know our parenting is working, even if we as parents don't get that behaviour at home. I would much rather him be the way he is than to be him to be tit, 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 chat, 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 and then to be getting them saying at school what a pain he was, doesn't do his work, naughty kid. So yes, we're doing something right, aren't we? At least?
Exactly.
We're doing something right.
Okay, so I've got a couple more of my tulips. Right, so what have I got? Where have I put everything that I've cut out? So I've got my little bunny, I've got some butterflies, and I've got my tulips. So you can have as many or as few of the tulips as you want. So I've got 6 there and 4 of the butterflies, and I've got my 2 pieces there and my egg. I did actually go round again with the grey ink just because when we were chatting a few minutes ago, I couldn't see it enough. So those are going to just go to one side. Let's move those out one way. First of all, again, look how easy this is to put together because I can just flatten it all down and it will go down really, really easily. So I'm going to put the egg on with foam pads. So I'm going to put, because this is symmetrical, I'm just going to turn it over so I can see, because I only want the foam pads to go on this bit. I don't want them to come on the egg catch there. So I'm going to turn this over onto the reverse. It's nice and symmetrical. So I can then see, oh, I've got that stuck to my hand, where to put the foam pads. And again, don't put the foam pads over the middle. If you put a foam pad over the middle, it might hinder the folding.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to put 2 on that side and 2.
It's such an amazing box, isn't it? This Easter box. There's so much stuff in it.
There is so much in
I love it.
Yeah, I think And you've got bits, I mean, obviously you've got your consumables, your papers and your foam pads, your ribbons and all the rest of it. But you've got so much that's going to last forever, like your stamps and your dies. Yeah. It's absolutely brilliant. So we can pop that on to there and see, you can see it's still focused. But can you remember what I was saying about if it's not lined up perfectly in the middle? Don't worry about it. Concentrate round the outsides and get your perfection around the outside. Now, if you wanted to, as we were saying, you could have had your card landscape and then you could have put your egg that way around, but we're doing ours portrait. So I'm going to take my little Hoppy Easter. Should have done a smaller foam pad, but let's just get one of these.
Connie just saying this Easter box is amazing. It's got all your Easter needs covered and the included sentiments and all are hoppy. They are Hoppy Easter, hippity hoppity hip hop. Doesn't one say or something? I said a hip hop. Hippity hip to the hop and you don't stop.
Right, now for my sentiment, what I've done is I've used the same foam pad as I've used under my egg, and I put that on that side. And then on this side, I put a little bit of wet glue so that when I put this on, it sits nice and flat. Can you see? There you go. Nice and flat. It's not raised, it's not bumped or anything like that. Then we're going to get our little pot. Put a couple of foam pads on there. I am impressed with Crafter's Companion foam pads. They are so easy to take the backing off.
Yeah, I think they're new and improved formula, Corrine.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I am
Not
impressed.
that they were that tricky in the first place, but they do come off easily now, the backs, don't they?
Yeah. Now, when I get to here, if you remember, I didn't do anything with the tail, so I'm going to put a little bit of my tacky glue on.
You're going to put on a bunny butt.
And what we're going to use?
Bunny butt.
Bunny butt.
Small bunny butt.
A small bunny butt.
Yes.
I'm going to pop a little bunny butt just there.
Cute.
It's all about those extra little details, isn't it? And all that intricacy. So then we can take some of our tulips, just give them a little bit of a wiggle and a shape. But this is the bit you can then enjoy doing after this has finished and just have fun and, you know, and play around. So we can take the first one, just pop it coming out from under the egg. Then we can take a second one. And this is where it's quite nice to do the tulips with different coloured ink. So you see I've used the orange there, I've used the yellow, the yellow there, and then, I don't think how I got this one, but yeah, mix and matching the shades a little bit to just pop it all on there. I have to remember tacky glue gets stickier, doesn't it, as it starts to dry. I have to remember that.
I really enjoyed this craft along, honestly.
Thank you.
I think I should have crafted along with you, actually.
You should have done, shouldn't you?
Next time.
Okay.
Next time.
I'll hold you to it.
Yeah. I need to make some cards. I'm definitely going to do that this weekend, because this coming weekend, I've got my mum's birthday Saturday, and then it's Mother's Day next Sunday.
It is.
So I definitely need to get crafting at some point this week.
Yeah. My mum's went in the post on Friday.
I did it?
Yeah, it's got to get to France, so
I
needed that little bit longer for it to get there.
Just to say as well, for those of you who won a card off me week before last, those are all now in the post, and I recognise a few names of those of you who won or watching. Should be with you hopefully soon. We'll do another giveaway very soon. I enjoyed that, actually. Did a little live Facebook live card video, so we'll do that. Maybe we'll do one later this week, actually. See how we go.
So just add a little bit of dimension to your butterfly wings. Makes all the difference. Just lift them up. I always find that it's easier to sort of over-exaggerate them as you're gluing them. Yeah. And then you could, once the glue's dry, you can change it. Now remember, if you wanted to, you could put mats and layers on the back here. I haven't. I'm just going to pop on a butterfly. And then I'm going to pop one more, just over here. And then just give it a little bit of a shape. How's that for timing? 1:45? Do we need to do anything else?
I think by the time we've gone through everything, by the time we've spoken to Abby and Susan once again, and I reckon that's probably spot on, Johnny. What do you say? Yeah.
I really thought this was not going to last quite as long.
I have to say, when we were about an hour in and you'd done like the majority of the card and the main bits of the sort of matting and layering. I thought, how are we going to do an hour here? But it's obviously all the colouring, isn't it?
It is. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. So we have got our gorgeous, gorgeous Easter Bunny card. We've made that there. That's my first ever craft along. Thank you very much. I hope everyone's enjoyed making it as much. It's been really relaxing. It's not been like what I
You think it's going to be stressful?
No. You know when I'm trying to do demos, I sort of have you've got to get it done, you've got to get it done. Whereas doing this, we've been able to do it from scratch, we've been able to do all the bits and pieces, and we've really been able to take our time.
Exactly. And you've had my calming influence over here.
Exactly.
You know, you've had all the lovely comments coming through.
Thank you.
Gilmore saying, this is so pretty on YouTube. Robin Miller says, I love the fuzzy bunny tail. It kind of adds the finishing
it is, isn't it?
touch to it, doesn't it? Sandra Dundas saying, this is cute. And Gilmore says, do you know if Ben is working for the craft along on Wednesday? Yes, I am.
No, you're Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, yes.
Oh, I am here, but here's the thing. Yeah, because I'm on... No, I think I'm on the second part of it, so I won't be here to start it. No, I'm not starting it. I'm on the second bit. We'll see what it is. I might be able to jump in. Maybe George can start it. George can... Oh, hang on. We're doing Santangle at 2, and then the craft along starting at 3, which will be me, won't it? So I will be doing it.
Oh, who are you doing that with? Who are you doing a craft along with? Do you know?
That is with Debbie Robinson. Oh, but then I've got to leave early because we've got a meeting here. I'm not going to be able to do it. The one after next, I'll do it though, definitely. Beautiful card, super card, says Beth. Gwen says, beautiful card. This was a great craft along, Corrine, says Mary Beth. Thank you for sharing with us. It really, truly was. Let's have a quick look at what you're going to get, and then we'll check in on Abby and also Susan. This is a really, really amazing box. A load of you chatting about how much you love it. Nick Collins is saying the Easter box is amazing. It does cover off all of your Easter needs. And whilst we've said, you know, obviously the papers and the ribbons and you know, the bunny tails will disappear over time, you'll have this stamp set, you know, for a very long time. You know, make sure you look after it. It'll be with you for many, many, many years. All these beautiful images, loads of great sentiments as well. Worth bearing in mind too that you've got some religious sentiments on here as well. So you've got... let me just read this one. He is not here, he is risen, just as he said, Matthew 28:6, and then you've got Alleluia on there as well as some of your more fun ones. So you've got your hippity-hoppity, you've got Have a Hoppy Easter, and thinking of you this Easter. There's that really cute little image there, which Corrine used just a few moments ago. Then you've got your stamps and dies too. So again, that gives you the big egg to create your layers, your focal points for your cards. You've then got all the different bunnies, the little chicks, the little bunny ears. You've got the little baby lamb there as well, and then all of the dies to be able to cut those out too. That cross is stunning, and that will work beautifully in conjunction with your embossing folder as well, which I just think is gorgeous. Again, if you wanted to create like a really simple yet standout Easter card, just use this embossing folder, add a little bit of colour. Maybe you then want to cut out the layer of that die to pop on top as well. Pop on one of the sentiments. What a great card that's going to be. You've then got the bunny stencils, so if you want to be able to create your own, again, little bunnies for card fronts, whether you want to do the bunny stencils, the bunny bunting that we've done here, you can, because we're going to give you all of that twine as well to be able to create the bunting. You've got ribbons in there too, organza ribbon, 3 rolls of that organza ribbon, 3 pieces of your baker twine, and of course you've got 30 pom-poms and 30 of the different bows too. And then all of the gorgeous papers as well. So double-sided, don't forget. You've got 24 of your papers. So as I say, the majority of these sort of A-side, if you like, are really kind of heavily Easter-based. But then on the reverse, springtime, Mother's Day cards potentially. So you've got the best of both worlds here. Love those. Really cute. They remind me of the mini eggs that we get over here. Chocolatey mini eggs. Oh, I'm an absolute sucker for those, I tell you what. Did I? Oh, you didn't. Yes. Where did you get those from?
I bought them.
When?
Yesterday. Because my second demo was going to be a box and I was going to put them in.
So you know you don't need to put them in there because you're not doing the demo. So you might need someone to...
Eat them.
And I know I'm on but it's Sunday.
Mini eggs, yeah.
A couple of them won't hurt, will they?
Couple of them.
I can eat a whole bag. Don't give me the whole bag because I'll literally just go, gone.
Okay.
Are you going to share them?
I'll definitely share them with you, promise.
Love you.
Am I your favourite again now?
You're always my favourite. Lovely lady. You don't, watch back last week. Watch my wrap up, it was on there. Lovely lady. There you go, little plug for my Facebook page. Yes, so these are all of your gorgeous papers. 24 sheets, beautifully double-sided. And then we're also going to give you 18 sheets of your coloured cardstock as well. And you can see how
Just
that
works so well, doesn't
yeah,
it?
matches up beautifully with all that, which matches up beautifully with all that. So again, if you're one of those people perhaps who struggles with mats and layers, struggles with what colours go where, we've done it all for you. We've done all the hard work. That, by the way, is just the contents of the box, over 180 elements. If you're going for this deal here, which is the one I recommend you do go for, you're also going to receive your metallic ink pads in the blush, so your Midas metallic ink pad in the blush. You've got 10 sheets of your Centura Pearl cardstock in the baby pink. And then unbelievably in this deal, how we've managed to do this, I do not know. We're going to give you those aqua pens at the top there. You're getting for free. They're worth $22.99 or $29.95. It's the primary collection. So you've got your reds in there. You've also got you've got scarlet, crimson, burgundy, orange, gold, yellow. You've got your red, violet, your magenta. You've got your purple. You've got your navy. You've got your teal and your aquamarine in there too. Of course, double-ended pens. You've got that brush nib one end. You've got that fine nib the other end. And of course, brilliant for doing all of your watercolour techniques for free within this bundle. That's why I recommend you go for it, and that's why the majority of you are going for this collection as well. If you have bought it today, congratulations. Don't forget to save this craft along. You can do it on YouTube. If you subscribe to us, you can simply bookmark it, pop it in your playlist, and you've got it there to watch back at another day. And don't forget, if you have crafted along with us, send us your pictures in. We will definitely try to show those over the course of the next show during Second Chance Sunday. Just quickly as well, before we go and check in with Susan, Patty has just asked, could you possibly post the measurements and score lines on your Facebook page?
Do you know what? I was actually thinking that, and I've got the template ready. I will actually draw out the measurements for the mats and layers as well. So I will try and get that done either today or tomorrow for you.
There you go, Corrine Robinson CC on Facebook, and yeah, Patty, going forward, I think that's a great point. We will try and make sure that we post measurements on pages so that you can come back to those at a later date. But as I said, the great thing is you've got the show here, so you can watch the show back at a later date. There's so many lovely comments coming through. Mary saying, I love that card, too adorable. What a great craft along, says Mary Beth. Let's see how the two ladies who've been crafting along with us live have got on. We'll head over to California first of all and say hello to Susan. How have you got on, Susan? I love the fact that you've been multitasking with us as well.
I am definitely a multitasker. I had to
Look at you.
chat.
That card's brilliant.
People were
Let's have a look.
messaging me, so I had to keep responding.
That's what?
I had to respond because people were tagging me and commenting, and so it's like I had my phone.
Brilliant. I've just seen your comment come through actually about the craft along, so you can tell us what you typed actually.
I'm sorry?
I've just seen your comment come through about how much you enjoyed the craft along, so you did enjoy it, right?
I did. I actually finished, and so there's mine.
Excellent.
And I had some little carrot bling that I added on it as well.
That's cute.
That's so cute. What do you think, Corrine?
It's gorgeous. I was just looking at the carrot bling now. Aren't they absolutely beautiful? But yeah, absolutely fantastic. And I think you can see how we've done it for Easter, but you're going to be able to do it for whatever you want, can't you? It could be a Christmas card, it could be a Mother's Day card, it could be a birthday card, whatever you want. Just change that front. And yeah, it's going to be a go-to shape, I think.
I think so as well, because you can put it on a mantle. It's definitely a display piece.
Yeah.
So pleased that you enjoyed it, Susan. Have you got any grand plans for Easter? What does your Easter normally consist of?
I cook, everybody eats, we nap, and then I probably craft.
I mean, that's Easter wrapped up right there, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is.
Yeah, Easter done. Susan, thank you so much. Really loved your card. Thank you.
Thank you.
And lovely to see you again on this
Thank you
craft
so
along.
much for letting me be a part. I loved it. It was great. Thank you, Corinne.
Thank you.
Thanks, Susan. Let's head over to Felix Stowe and see how lovely Abby's got on. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Oh, hang on, let me turn this light off. There we go. There you go. There's my card.
Oh, excellent.
Other way.
So you use the same colour base, but you use a different colour of the pattern paper. Just shows
That's
that
right,
they
yeah, I
all
went for
work
the pink.
so well.
And you can't see on the camera, but I used some sparkle pen on the tulips and butterflies.
Excellent. That's
You
it.
can't have enough
It's all
sparkle
about giving you that starting point, and where you go is up to you, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. And I can see that card being used for so many different things as well. So I'm definitely going to be using that more. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's great to know. It was going to be a question I was going to ask you. You're definitely going to come back and use that card shape again, yeah?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've got some great ideas for it.
The challenge is on now for my next craft along, isn't it?
What?
What
Yeah,
am
you
I
set
gonna-
the bar pretty high, haven't you, Corinne?
What am I going to do for the? What shape am I going to do for the next one?
Well, I don't know. Talk about making things difficult for yourself.
I did think so.
Abigail, thank you so much.
Thank
have you
you.
got have you got plans for Easter yet?
Well, actually, Easter Sunday, I'm running a craft fair with my mum and my sister. And we're doing
excellent.
live demos throughout the day as well. So I'll be doing a card demo.
Oh, amazing.
yeah.
Where is that? Is that in Felixstowe?
Yeah, in Felixstowe, yeah, at the local leisure centre at the hall. And, part of the proceeds go towards the nursery that my little girl goes to, which is a charity-run nursery, so, yeah.
Oh, that is
How
amazing.
fantastic.
Yeah. Remind us about that nearer the time and send some pictures in, and we'll give that a little. We'll give that a mention for you.
Yeah, sure, no problem, thank you.
Absolutely brilliant. Well, it was lovely to have you on the craft along, Abby. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, won't you? And say hi to Dexter for us.
Thank you, I will. Yeah, he's having a nap now, so...
Tired out after the craft along, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks a lot. Take
Thanks
care.
a lot. See
Bye.
ya. Bye. Oh, two lovely crafters. Don't forget, of course, if you want to join us on a future craft along, it's really, really simple to do. All you have to do is send us a little email and get in touch with us, and we'll get you on. It's studio. Sorry, no, it isn't at all. I'm lying. It's wrong. It's Crafters TV guest at crafterscompanion.co.uk.
I always wondered how you got your guests.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Crafters TV guest at crafterscompanion.co.uk. If you don't quite feel up to it yet, as in you're a little bit nervous, but you know you want to come on and join us, of course, we've got the best show to start off on. I always say this is Monday Makers, because you can join us on the show. Email the same address, by the way, if you want to join us. You have a little chat. You show us a few cards that you've made. You don't have to do a live, make with us. You literally have a chat, show us a few cards. You get a voucher to spend with us, then you've got your confidence built up, then you can come and join us on a craft along. But as you see anyway, it's not like we feature you for the whole 2 hours. You can craft along in the background, we jump in, we say hello, and actually, if the worst thing in the world happens, that you get a little bit lost and you get a bit stuck, it doesn't matter. You don't have to finish when we finish. You just have a bit of fun and chat along with us, right?
Do you know what? I always think if you're thinking a question, then somebody else is too.
Yeah.
So ask those questions, because I can guarantee if you're thinking it, there's at least one more person out there. So please, if you do a craft song, don't feel embarrassed to ask questions, because I'd rather people ask them than struggled.
Yeah, absolutely right, and that is exactly what we are here for. So if you want to get in touch, then please do. Final few messages. Eleanor just said it's been a very long time since I've joined in for a craft along, but I'm so glad I did today. Thank you for a great craft along, everyone at Crafters TV. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll try and join in on the next show too. Eleanor, make sure you send in the picture of your card. Anyone else who did craft along with us as well, studio at crafterscompanion.co.uk. Mary Beth, Carletta, and also Robin, also just saying well done to Susan and Abby on their amazing cards. Corrine, thank you so much.
It's an absolute pleasure.
Shall we do it all over again in 2 hours?
I think we should.
We are both back together for the final show of the week. It's going to be amazing. Of course, we will get you to vote for your demo of the day. You'll be voting for the demo of the week, of course, as well. And Second Chance Sunday, all about grabbing those deals which you might have missed out on. I know we've got the return of the brand new Sara Signature collection, the Country Lane, which absolutely monstered out of the door earlier in the week. But that will feature with a whole host more as well. So listen, for now, grab yourself a cuppa, maybe go and get some food. I'm going to go and eat those mini eggs, and we'll be back with you in just a couple of hours for Second Chance Sunday. Until then, bye for now.